And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace, and we're back together once again.
Yes, we are.
So we both kind of run up on somebody that might have had the cooties, as they say.
Yeah. Kind of I guess a semi-exposure. I don't even know what you call it, but we needed to kind of
separate there for a few days. I think everything's fine now as we go for a watch. Both of us get sick tomorrow.
Yeah. It's been past, 10 days?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. But you just really don't, because the people that you encounter have no idea that they encountered somebody else.
I know. And it's crazy because you try to backtrack and go, okay, well, who were you around and who were you around? And I don't know. And some people won't tell you.
That's true.
Some people won't even let you know that they're sick, or have been sick or whatever. But anyway.
So the day has begun, and welcome. We're glad to have you a part of it. It's a few things going on this morning. And let's do this first. Let's go to the Battle of the Bucks, and we've got a drawing this morning. Mm-hmm. And this is for $100 from Jay's Taxidermy and Bud Light in the Battle of the Bucks. And if you'll reach in the cup there and pull us out a name there. And who do we have this morning?
We have Gabe Gunner from Meridian, Mississippi.
Well, congratulations to you there, Gabe.
Yes, congratulations, Gabe.
Won $100 there from the Battle of the Bucks. So see Jay, and they'll tell you how to get your cash there and get things going. Let's do this also before we get started this morning. Speaking of Clark County, I don't know how many people, let me pull this up here. Clark County Hot Topics. If you need to know anything that's going on in Clark County, they've got it for you. From Rex, they are on it all the time. They do a great job. So like and share that page if you hadn't used it yet. But they listed this morning. Oh, Eddie Ivy, Person of the Year. Congratulations. Known Eddie a long, long time.
Congratulations. That's good.
And let's see here. This was stolen from the Sue and Lovey community there. And so if you happen to see this, and let's pull up a bigger picture of it so you can see it there. If you happen to know anything about it, see it somewhere, report that to authorities so that they can get the word out. Just no sense in people coming in and taking your stuff.
It's a lot of that going on right now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people have trailers with, like, dirt bikes on them, taken and stuff like that.
I did see that somewhere this weekend.
I saw that. I'm not sure where that was, but and if you have anything that somebody's stolen, if you need us to put it out there for you, just send us a picture or a text or a message or whatever.
Right.
But,
and as I was saying, Clark County, they do so much there. Like if there's a wreck, here's an example of it there where they were pulling a truck out of the road there. So they do a great job, and check them out on Facebook at Clark County Hot Topics. Again, they do a good job. But you're right. So many things. People just don't want to work for a living anymore.
I know, and it's aggravating because you work hard for the things that you get and your nice things, and people just come take them, and they'll do it in the middle of the night when you're not home.
Think it's theirs.
I see why these people put big gates up at the front of their property.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Let's see here. Some other things going on. Some things that just caught my attention that I thought was funny. Now, we've all got pets, and you get used to your pets doing this, that, and the other, and they become part of the family. But let's look at this. This is pretty cool. This dog, this is on YouTube here. Let's blow this up where everybody can see this. Horse racing is what this dog likes. Now,
that's so cute.
Yeah, in all my life, I don't think I've ever seen a dog do that before.
I know.
So
funny.
If you've got a dog that can outdo that, let me know. That's kind of that was funny. Old dog still wanting to bark there in the background. So a few of the things. Now, Jackson, Mississippi. All right, I'm not going to run Jackson down too bad because we got some stories coming up about Meridian also. But over the weekend, have you seen this?
Yeah, I did. I did catch that the other night when I was scrolling through Facebook. Somebody had posted this video, and it is just ridiculous.
Yeah, there's two videos out there, and I'll show you a clip of each. They blocked traffic on I-55 so they could do donuts in the road, and then put it on Facebook. And I think that an arrest has been made since then. But have mercy! I mean, it's getting ridiculous here. Let's go back over here and pull this up here. This is the first video here, and I don't think there's any bad language in this, but I could have missed something in the background that they were saying. Here's the first shot of this. Now, this is up near County Line Road on I-55. And they're all hanging out the windows and they're doing donuts in front of them. All right, let's go to a different angle here. Now, this is from WAPT News out of Jackson, and I could not find the other video. This is loaded on YouTube here. And let's show you this of what is actually going on that they were watching.
Now,
That's just...
Yeah.
You know, if you come up on that, you know, you can't stop. You're trying to get somewhere. You've got a place to be.
All these 18-wheelers traveling on the interstate that are trying to, you know, I mean, what if an ambulance needed to get through?
Yeah.
There's a major hospital over there that people come from Meridian and all around to get to.
That's right.
And, you know, there needs to be something major, you know, if they do catch whoever it was or if they have anybody in custody.
I do think that they have made an arrest in it. Now, what the charges are going to be, I mean, that's bad
They need
news.
to throw the book at them because a number of things could have happened, you know. But people do that because they think they can.
Yeah.
You know, they've just gotten away with so much lately, you know, in this state. I mean, in the state, in the nation. Nationwide, I mean, people think that they just have the run. You know, they can do whatever they want to do.
Well, here's another example. Let's go out of state now, and this is in Manhattan. Of course, this was at one point in time the swanky place in New York City. Since the pandemic, they've had homeless. It's crime ridden, going everywhere, and you know, places just it isn't what it used to be. But let's pull this up here and show you this. Now, this is a guy that's 39 years old. He's taking his mom to the doctor. Is what he's doing there. And, he's sitting in a BMW. Does that matter? But they get mad at him for that. And look at this. I mean, kicking in the windshield. That's the guy that was driving the car there. Is it not safe anywhere in America anymore?
You know, I don't think it is. I mean, it's like stuff happens just about anywhere now. But it all goes back to like what I said a while ago. People think they can get away with stuff, and so therefore they do.
Yeah, they've gotten away with that for sure.
They try things because they have no fear of what's going to happen to them because they know that even if they go to jail, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to get like a shelter for a few days, and if they're put back on the street, they're just going to do the same stuff, over again. So there needs to be stricter punishment.
I agree 100%. So where does this all lead? It's like a kid that never gets a spanking. I think we all know this, and there's parents out there watching now that I think know what we're talking about.
Right.
If you tell a kid, I'm going to spank you if you do that again, and he does it, and you don't do anything.
Yeah. Or 1, 2, you know, counting.
Yeah.
I had this thing with my kids, and they can all tell you. But, and, you know, I guess with my last one, you know, you kind of.
Well, the youngest child always gets away with a little more.
I don't know, but I mean, he knows his boundaries with me. But anyway, I wouldn't count in public. I would just do this, and I'd do this, and I'd say, if that third finger goes up, you know, we leaving the scene. We are going somewhere, and I'm gonna take care of business.
Do you do the stink eye in church? I remember as a kid, if I got that look, it was all over for me in church.
I mean, I don't usually do that. I might tap them or, you know, pinch them or something like that if we were in church. But no, my daddy, he could just look at me.
And you'd know.
And he never had to spank me. All he had to do was just look at me with them eyes. And I was like, that was it.
I used to get the stink eye in church as a kid. Yeah. Good morning to Linda Payne listening in or watching this morning. Also, Linda Jane and Miss Gail. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah. Let's get started with a few news stories of what's going on today in and around the area. Who remembers Patty Loveless? Do you remember her?
I do.
Her first song was just like, I loved it. Don't Toss Us Away. And, of course, the hits got bigger, but I always loved Patty Loveless. Met her a few times, and she is such a sweet in person as she is that you saw on TV.
Yeah.
So
she's a pretty lady, too. She's like that naturally pretty.
Yeah, and still has it. Also, I remember when she come out, and I kept thinking, you need to buy some shoes. Because every performance she done was no shoes and strawberry wine.
Yeah.
She has a birthday today. Not sure her age, but she's a little younger than Patty.
Okay.
Also, it would have been Boss Hogg's birthday today. And I guess I've never watched him, or I've seen him so much in the Dukes of Hazzard. I saw a clip the other day of Saul Brooke on a celebrity version with, what's his name that used to kiss all the women on Family Feud?
Dalton.
Richard Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson. Yeah.
But his accent was nothing like it was on the Dukes of Hazzard. All that was put on.
I know. He did a good job putting on, didn't he?
Jefferson Davis Hall.
Yeah, he was always funny to watch.
It was 1983. Do you remember this? Alabama was number one with Mountain Music.
I still love listening to Alabama.
I know. But
it's just classic country.
Something's wrong here for that to be that long ago in 1983. That really seems like maybe 10 years ago.
I know. Time has just, and I say this all the time now, time just flies by.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I can't believe I'm 46. I can't believe that my child has a child, and that
right.
it just flies by just like that. And it's just, I don't know. I wish time would slow down a little bit.
What's that song, Don't Blink?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. I tell my kids that all the time. You can wake up and be 40 years old. Seriously. I mean,
and then they tell me that things start hurting the older you get. I'm hearing that.
Yeah. Look, when I hit 40, probably 42, that's when everything started kind of like going downhill, like my eyesight, and stuff, everything. Yeah.
I learned this yesterday. I was coming home from hunting last night, and those old rubber boots, the lacrosse rubber boots. You can't really use your feet as good as you can with regular boots on.
Them things are heavy.
I know, and you can't move, and I don't think I'm going to drive with them anymore. Because I come around a curve and I couldn't get my foot over to the brake like I thought. I ain't doing this no more.
Yeah, mine are not the lacrosse ones, but mine are heavy too. I mean, I can't stand it. I feel like I'm clomping through the woods,
Big old heavy things.
I know. Look, when we went hunting the other night, I laughed because hunting by myself at night.
Yeah.
Or walking back to the truck by myself. I hate it because I'm scared.
What is going to get you?
I hear all kind of stuff in the woods. And I could not, I had to walk up a hill to get to the truck from the deer stand that I was at. And so I told Kurt, I said, if I could have ran, I'd have been running up that hill. But those boots are so heavy, and I had all this stuff in my pockets, flashlight, the binoculars around my neck.
What would they do with you if they got you?
Look, I don't know, but I ain't talking about people. I ain't worried about people.
Animals?
I'm worried about animals.
Ain't no animal gonna get you.
And bobcats and all that. Because I hear all kinds of stuff. I could have swore I heard like something growl in the woods. So I was just like, I'm like one of those videos that you see, those funny videos of people like with a flashlight, they're breathing hard.
Yeah.
And like, that's how I was.
Panic.
I was panicking.
I'm worried about you.
I got back to the truck and I couldn't even breathe.
Speaking of hunting, so what are the best hunting times today? Now, the best was this morning. If you were out and about bright and early from 5:30 in the morning to about 7:30 this morning. Your second major time really ain't going to do you much good because it's going to be dark. 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight. Oh. But you got a minor time there at lunchtime. So that's sort of your best deer hunting times for the day if you're going to be out and about doing anything like that.
I think we need to change hunting season to when it don't get dark till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because they wait till the last minute every time.
Yeah.
I think all weekend I hunted and saw one little teeny weeny doe.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I saw birds and squirrels, and that's about it.
Is this what they call the lockdown period?
I guess. I don't know.
Because they show locked up somewhere.
I don't know.
It was on this date, 1953, that Hank Williams, Luke the Drifter, was buried in Montgomery, Alabama. It was somewhere between 20 to 25,000 people. It was the largest that had ever happened in the state of Alabama for a funeral. Roy Acuff sang, and numerous people from the Grand Ole Opry showed up and sang at Hank's funeral on that date. A sad day for Alabama and a sad day for country music, which he still lives as much today as he did then. And if you watched any of the supernatural stuff, did you watch any of that with Sam and Dean?
I didn't.
They did a lot of talk about Sam Colt on there and the revolver that he built that would kill the devil, the superstitious stuff. But it was on this date that Sam Colt in 1847 sold his first set of guns to the U.S. government and became a monster. He became a really bona fide manufacturer of guns. It would be later kinfolks and people that didn't know how to run the company that made it bankrupt. Just so you know. For the very first time in 2007 on this date, Nancy Pelosi was elected the first female Speaker of the House. She would go on to get that, I think, 4 times.
And what a joy she's been.
1896, Utah became a state. I think this is the first headlines we've gotten from Utah since they became a state.
That's pretty.
It is pretty, but you really, other than people having numerous wives, you don't hear that much about them, do you?
I don't. I mean,
now, Utah is the state to where they like that TV show, Me and My 8 Wives.
Oh, really? Sister Wives?
Yeah, sister. Isn't that where that comes from?
Sister Wives, yeah. That's all. To me, that is so weird. It's just crazy.
I mean, how would you like to have a husband that spent 2 days with you and went down the hallway or to another house?
That wouldn't fly with me.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, what?
And they seem okay with it.
And he's not a good-looking person. Like, what in the world
is the
attraction? What's the attraction? I don't understand. I mean, he must have a great personality or something. I don't know.
Or something.
That's
all I know.
I don't know. That's just weird, though.
It is very weird.
Keep it in Utah.
Yeah. If you haven't been to the Piggly Wiggly to start your new year off right, go see Joe. Of course, they've always got great specials that are going on at the Piggly Wiggly this week. Now, these prices are good through tomorrow afternoon, and then new ones kick in on Wednesday. California strawberries, always cabbage, $49. I don't eat cabbage, but
I do. I like it.
You're a cabbage girl.
I love it. Turnip greens. I cook turnip greens
New Year's
Day, and I think I was the only one. Kurt did try them, but I was the only one that ate them.
Is that the ones at the house that has that smell that you can't get, turnip greens, that you can't get rid of that smell for like 3 days?
Mine didn't, but I mean, I don't know if it was because mine were not fresh, like out of the garden or
But
fresh,
there's some type of green that you cook that it will make you go.
The cabbage, cabbage stinks.
It does when you cook it?
It does.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Also, now these are pretty rough too. Onions there. It'll get you a date in a New York minute. 69 cents
or
a bunch. Yeah, or not. It also keeps vampires away from you. You can also get black-eyed peas if you missed your bunch there on New Year's Day. Not too late to go ahead and get you some and get fixed up, along with the purple hull peas. All at 79 cents a can.
Yeah.
You could also get the Chucky beef soups, 2 for $3. You can get the fridge pack Dollar Hunt's tomato squeeze ketchup there for $1. And the Chips Ahoy, 2 for $5. Those are always good. Mayonnaise, 2 for $3. The squeeze mayonnaise. And Boston Butts, $1.19 a pound. Brine bologna, those are good to have fried bologna sandwiches. $1.59 are the wieners, 2 for $3. And Coca-Cola products, the 6-pack. Get it all there. And Happy New Year from the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe. He'll help you out there. Now, we mentioned just a little bit ago, and let's dive off into this. Let me pull this back up. Let me switch over here. Let's go into the first kid of the year.
Okay.
We have to bring that up. Born at Rush Hospital was Micah Tucker. 7 pounds, 3 ounces came into the world.
Congratulations to his parents.
Now, you had 4 kids. Did any of them hit on the new year?
No. Well, no, but I have a January 30th. My oldest is January 30th.
Now, am I wrong? You used to, years ago, companies, if you were the first born in the United States all over, that companies would give you some gifts? And
I think so. I mean, I think they get something. I don't know what, but
it seemed like years ago I'd heard
or at least they would, make it on the news or something, But yeah, that's a neat thing though. But no, I didn't have a New Year's baby, but I had January the 30th was Madison's birthday. And then Kurt's son was born on the 19th of January, I think.
So cool babies.
We have 2 January birthdays coming up.
I think I got one next month, and I got to look in to see how old I'm going to be. Yeah. Now, for the first time, it is legal in Mississippi to carry alcohol in all counties. Now, it doesn't say that you can buy it in all counties. It just says that you can possess it and not be in trouble for it. For years, you'd go to the Neshoba County Fair, and it was illegal to possess it. So that law changes all of that. And, of course, they've been voted differently since then. But
so you can go to another county and buy it and bring it back.
Right,
yeah. Okay.
Also, Jackson has the highest numbers of deaths in the city's history. 128 murders last year in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, that's a lot of folks that were killed. That's up.
Right.
Now, I haven't, and I guess I ought to call Chris with the Meridian Police Department and see what the number is for Meridian. I don't know what the number of murders were for Meridian at this point.
Yeah.
But we had quite a few, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and just the crime in general has
just
increased so much. Incidents of all kind of stuff happening.
It has. Now, as we remember, Mississippi State a few months ago, they refused to practice or play games unless the state changed the state flag because they were embarrassed by it. Mm-hmm. Well, how does this look now? I mean, really?
Yeah.
That was a free for all. And you know, somebody ought to be punished for that.
I wonder what happened. Like, was it just a?
I hadn't heard the N word of what began the brawl, but it started on the sidelines and spread, and all of them were out there, rolling around. But you know, if you're going to set a bar,
right,
step up to it, Mississippi State,
right,
and just I don't know what else to say about that.
Right.
Now, here's what everybody's talking about in Meridian, Mississippi. Shots fired at Bonita Lakes Mall, recently renamed Uptown Meridian. Not sure where that name come from, but I think most people still refer to it as Bonita Lakes Mall. From what I'm understanding, 26 shots were fired in the parking lot.
I heard they were fired inside.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, it was?
Now, I heard there was some shots fired in the mall, inside the mall, but now
the story I read said it was outside and it hit the side of the building.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything about it on the inside. But it started with an argument on the inside. The fight started on the inside.
Well, maybe that's what.
And then led to the outside.
Okay.
And then they pull guns, and of course that have to be pistols to shoot that many times. I mean, you know, the question is at this point, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe about going back and shopping at the mall? What happened to security?
I feel like that is why. Because when I go in the mall, it is just not as many people in there as it used to be.
No,
shopping.
It's gone down.
I mean, it's just like, it's bad, you know. So I'm hoping that picks up because, I mean, the businesses that are in the mall, they need it. You know, they need the people to come back and shop. But unless they get a hold on all this, and I don't know what the answer is, to feel safe to go in the mall. Maybe more patrolling of the parking lot or
you know,
metal detectors at the doors. I don't know.
And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If you feel safe there, and I'm not
great. I mean, I mean, we don't want to discourage people from going. We obviously want to encourage people to go, but when stuff like this is happening, and some of it can't be, you know, like just people
even
who own a business or own the business. Even the cops are limited as to what they can do, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what the answer is.
But this has happened several times at the mall over the course of the year. I know back in November there was some type of shooting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What is it? What are they going to do?
I mean, maybe they need people to patrol and see if there's people gathered in the parking lot. You know, what do you call it? Loitering?
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to be having gatherings in the parking lot. If you see a bunch of people, you know, make them leave. I don't know, but I don't know what the answer is. I hope things change. But like I said a while ago, until there's stricter punishments for people to make them feel like that they shouldn't be doing something or they're going to get in trouble doing it, I don't think things are going to change. But
this is not some other far off town.
No.
We're talking about Meridian, Mississippi, the hub for this. You know, all of these scuba, DeKalb, Philadelphia equipment. This is where everybody comes. And if you don't feel safe anymore coming to town, boy.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I mean that is a great location.
Yeah.
It had so many stores in it, and little by little stores have, you know, moved out and stuff like that. But I don't know. We hope things change and they get busy again, and you know,
we'll see.
The crime gets under control.
Absolutely.
You know, hopefully, this new police, you know, chief can get it under control.
We hope. Good morning to Linda Luke watching in this morning. Also, Linda Jane, and she was asking about COVID updates. I don't have the exact numbers. I got a website. We can pull that up here in a minute, but it's still rising.
Yes.
We'll pull that up here in a minute and get back to that and let you know what the numbers are. Other stories that are going on this morning. Let's see here. Have you heard about this?
No.
Now, this was a Texas pastor. Now, it was not an attack on the church. A guy had been reported riding around with a shotgun hanging out a car sunroof. Cops were after him. He dumped the car, ran inside a church, and hid in the closet. The pastor finds him hidden in the closet, and he pulls a gun on the guy and tells him to step out. He takes the gun, they get in a tussle, and he takes the gun from the pastor, and during the tussle, the preacher is killed. 2 other people are wounded. They have caught him. Awful that something like that would even happen in a church.
That is awful. That's horrible.
They did say it was not an attack on the church like these other ones that have happened in Texas.
Right.
And for the 4th time, she's back in charge. Now, she made a promise that after this time she would not run. I don't know if she'd be able to run after this one.
I can't believe she was put back in there, but because I just feel like she held up a lot of things.
Yeah.
For personal reasons, like a personal vendetta, that she had against the president. I don't know. I think if you're in an office, like I said a while back, if you can't put your personal stuff aside to be for the good of the people instead of just because of,
And there's a way to stop that. It's called term limits.
Right.
And the United States needs it very bad. Used to, the thinking was, well, if somebody stays in, they can do more for my state and my community. It's just turned corrupt. It's time to put an end to it.
There needs to be term limits everywhere.
Yep.
For every office, I believe.
I agree with that. So
Local.
I think most Americans feel that way
nationwide.
now also.
Yeah. Because when people feel like they can just sit up in there and do whatever they want to do, and they think
It produces a lot of millionaires.
Right.
Off a very small salary.
Yeah.
And speaking of Pelosi, her home, her $5 million house was vandalized because of the money that was supposed to go out. Not only was her home done, but Mitch McConnell's home was also attacked there in Kentucky. So where's my money? That was spray painted on his front door. I don't think he got as much damage as she did.
Yeah.
Not that either one of them is good. You don't do things like that. Civilized folks don't.
Right.
As we go to other things that are going, Trump vetoed the national defense budget, and they are going to override him because it was in there. They were going to rename all of the bases that had Confederate soldier names, like Fort Lee, Fort Bragg. They've overridden it, and they will most likely be renaming all the bases in the United States as they, what's the word I'm looking for? Politically correct things. So expect that to be coming to a state near you if you have one, a base near you. Like going back last week as they tore down and removed Abraham Lincoln from Boston. Makes no sense.
I mean, I don't know.
We've and what we talk about 2021. Oh, we're glad the other one is gone, but we don't know what 21 is fixing to hold for us. It could be. There are indications we could have more issues than 20 had.
Yeah. I hope not.
I'm wrong.
I hope not. I hope this is a better year for everybody because this was just awful, awful year.
Yeah.
Sicknesses and just all kind of mess.
Now, this could escalate over the next few days into something pretty serious here. Iran, more or less, just really threatened Trump's life. If you remember last year, he took out that general.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. They are upset about it. And that the life of the criminal will end soon is their wording there that's in highlights. And they're talking about Trump. So does that mean an attack on him? There was all types of rumors that he left. Where did he go? Mar-a-Lago or Camp David, whatever. Came back to the hospital, to the White House.
Yeah.
Quicker than expected.
Yeah.
We hope that nothing goes wrong with that.
Yeah, we definitely hope.
Now, we are January 4th. This is 2 days away. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I was trying to watch yesterday, and I did watch Ted Cruz talking about it. Supposedly there's like 11 or 12 people who are going to object to the certification. And if that happens, there's like a whole scenario of things that will take place from there. Like there'll be, I don't know if they said each person can object to whatever states they want. Because one guy had objected to, he said that he was going to object to like Nevada, all the main states that count.
Swing states.
Yeah, the swing states. And he was going to object to all those. And each objection is a 2-hour.
Now, what I don't know is how many of those people objecting would it take to overturn the election. I don't think that's going to happen, but I guess there is that smidgen of a chance there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a whole process, though, that I think the Judge Janine last night. Do you ever watch her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's fiery. She kind of like laid it all out there the other night, but like I said, it's a process. It's not just okay, we're going to object and that's it. It goes from there to they have to challenge each state. They have 10 days, I think, from there. Okay. Like, so they put off the certification. It can be put off for 10 days. So they have within that 10 days, they can go to each one of those states and have like everything investigated, audits done of all this stuff.
Well, they'd have to get quicker, wouldn't they?
And it really has to be brought out, whereas the courts could turn it down and go, we're not going to listen to it. Oh, we're not going to try it.
This is a different ball game.
This is the different ball game. It brings it all out to the American people. So the stuff that was not allowed to be heard by the American people
can be now.
Can be now once they do this. Well, like all this stuff will be put out there for the American people to see. And what they're saying is that it was unconstitutional, the things that took place. The mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania.
But that was unconstitutional.
Was unconstitutional. Stuff like that, when it was supposed to be a cutoff date, that's the date that the ballot should have been in by. Anything after that is supposedly not supposed to be counted.
That's the way it's always been in the past.
Right. And they said it's the state legislature that has to approve it. That is what it is in the state legislature.
Right.
Those rules, and they didn't abide by them. They kind of like made their own rules.
They did
for this. So that's what they're challenging.
But if you go back to the Supreme Court, did not vote on this because they didn't want riots in the street. That's at the end of the day. That's why they didn't even look at it. But it's still not right. No, it's not right.
Yeah,
but that's what they were up to.
Right. At the end of the day, you got to go by the Constitution,
and they did not.
It is not. It shouldn't be allowed.
Now, of course, there's that audio tape out there that I have not listened to that was leaked. Number one, whoever the leaker is, they need to get. Mm-hmm. I think, they clipped it and put it out there, and it did sound bad. Mm-hmm. But in the end, I think the guy, what he was asking was, I know there's a lot of fraud in there. I only need 11,000 more votes. They're there. Find them.
Yeah.
And that's why they released the entire thing later. But whoever did that, that shouldn't have been leaked.
Yeah.
The president's supposed to be able to talk to whoever he wants to.
Yeah.
Our next news story, you've watched Pawn Stars, hadn't you?
I have. Mm-hmm.
Corey, the son, I think they call him Big Hoss on the show, rented a RV. Now, of course, we don't know his side of the story, but the owner of it says he trashed it and caused $30,000 worth of damage to it. And then, it was all tons of pictures of the inside of it that was just left unclean and dumped off, and the back of it, they had backed it into something.
Oh, goodness.
So he's an unhappy camper, the owner of that is.
I would imagine so.
Now, as we go back to this disease that has crippled the world, it's not just the United States. They say that the second strand, which is really bad, could have already been here since October and we didn't know it.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe that because we didn't know the other was here until they started talking about it. And I think it was here way before then because there were so many people getting sick, getting tested for the flu and testing negative and,
And they just couldn't get well. Nothing they gave them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's in headlines today. Now, a few folks that passed away from it. This is a Virginia State Senator, Ben Chaffin. He died from COVID. He was 60 years old. Leaves behind a wife and several children. Also, Larry King now has it. Mm-hmm. And have you forgotten about Larry King? He's been married more times than anybody I know. He may have beaten Liz Taylor.
Maybe so.
But he's still alive. He's in the hospital, but probably not great for someone 87 years old.
Yeah, I would not imagine that.
With that many ex-wives he's having to pay. I mean, think of that pressure they'd put on you. The only female, and this comes on this, and there's a lot of folks who say, well, I don't believe in capital punishment. No, whoever's on death row doesn't. They just need to spend the rest of their life in prison. I don't agree with you. I believe in capital punishment. Mm-hmm. She's the only female on the federal death row, and she's set to die on the 12th. What did she do? Well, she killed a mother and took a butcher knife and cut a child out of the mother that was pregnant that she murdered. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that protest her being put to death, but she killed 2 people.
Yeah. I wonder how many of these people who don't believe in capital punishment believe in abortion.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's
I wonder,
good question.
Because, I mean, these babies, they're innocent,
Yeah.
They can't even be brought into the world to give a chance to live a life. And then you got these people sitting on death row for years and years, and tax dollars are paying for them to be there.
That's right.
And people think that's awful that you're going to, sentence them to death. I'm sorry, but.
Well, you and I agree on that subject 100% together on that. Right. So we're on that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Tabby Joe tells us that she doesn't feel safe when I go out, which I can enjoy. Sad because the older people enjoy walking there.
That's
She's
right.
talking about shopping at the mall where everybody used to walk.
They did, and they went there because it was warm. They felt safe, going there walking and stuff, and it's a shame.
Now, Scott Churlow, am I reading that right? Said he believes money is involved. Is that I believe he's referring back to the mall thing. I guess.
I'm not sure.
And let's see the name of the mall. Okay, and then also, hey, Nancy Coates, what you doing up in Philadelphia? Let's see here other stories that are happening here. Now, we all know our pets. Dogs disappear around the first of the year from fireworks, and they stay gone for sometimes a couple weeks. But in my lifetime, I have never heard of this before. In Italy, they're finding hundreds of birds dead in the street because they had heart attacks from fireworks, and they just dropped dead.
I wonder if it's the smoke that's up in the air. Maybe when they're flying, that kills them. Maybe it poisons them or something.
The way I read it was a shock to them that the pop scared them so bad they dropped dead.
It could be. I don't know.
Getting an alimony payment, that might cause that too. Woo! But rough. Now, we've all heard of ex-Gruntle employees that are upset over things that went. That this happened at a B&W plant. He got upset with the boss. He went back later. He drove. Now this is what gets this. He drove this front end loader 18 miles. He borrowed it. You might as well say he stole it. But he drove it 18 miles there and done $6.8 million worth of damage to new cars that were made.
So this wasn't a split decision right here.
No.
You had 18 miles to drive in one of those. You got a lot of time to think.
What are they, 12 miles an hour top speed?
I'm
something
sure.
like that?
Yeah, you've been thinking about it.
Tractor?
I don't know if every mile he got madder and madder.
And they just kind of flump as they go along.
Yeah.
But $6 million worth of damage. That's pretty serious.
I'd hate to be him.
All right, now you tell me, because I quit listening to the New Country a while back. But have you heard of this guy Tyler Rich, a country music singer?
I have not. I haven't.
I hadn't either. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, y'all. Early this morning at 3 a.m., I put his name in YouTube, and guess what? It's bro country. So the odds of me ever listening to him.
Like rap and stuff?
Yeah, it's that. Like you know that spit stuff they do in country now that is I guess it's rap. It's not.
Is it where they like sing a little while and then they talk through it?
Yeah, that kind. What do you call that? Isn't that bro country?
I don't know what it is. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
I don't know who is the artist that does that all the time. Every song he sings, just about, he'll sing a little bit and then he'll kind of talk through it, and it rhymes like a rap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
George Strait don't do that.
No.
And I'm sticking to that. But this guy named Tyler Rich, and they say he's a country singer. I think that may be stretching the truth a little bit. Found a dead body on New Year's Day on his walk there, and I believe that was in California where he was. Called police, and apparently the guy had committed suicide that he found, and he went on in the storytelling of how he hadn't been able to sleep since then because he keeps seeing it when he rolled the guy over. I can't
imagine doing that now.
Well, he told a story of
anybody.
He's jogging, the guy's laying in the street, and he goes past him, and he thinks he felt kind of bad about the guy, and he was going to turn around and try to help him, and he goes back and he's murdered or shot himself.
Oh gosh.
Ooh,
that's bad.
Now, I've never run up on anything like that.
No, I haven't either, and I hope I don't ever run up. I did, however, one time walking on the back trails.
Yeah.
At Bonita, which I don't recommend anybody do.
A lot of people do that, though.
They do, but I don't understand these people that go back there by themselves, you know. And I was walking with somebody, but we saw one tennis shoe laying over in the woods.
So, and that makes you think somebody been drugging the bushes.
So I'm thinking, yeah, where's the other tennis shoe? And like, who had it on, you know? So yeah, that kind of concerned me. I was scared I was going to walk up on.
That's a large area. You always hear somebody getting lost back there.
Yeah, I remember there was some guy that was like flashing people. Do you remember that?
Really, the flasher?
A couple years back or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
would just
Meridian with a flasher.
Yeah.
Boy.
That was back up in the woods.
As we go to our next news story, you go, okay, this is America. How did this happen? This is in Georgia. She is a federal judge, and she's also the sister of the lady that ran for governor of the state. This lady's name is Leslie Abrams Gardner, who is kin to, what's her name? Abrams.
Leslie Abrams.
That ran for.
The judge is Leslie Abrams
Right.
Gardner.
What's the sister's name?
Stacey Abrams.
Stacey. I couldn't think of her first name.
Yeah.
But she blocked. Now the the people on here were either dead or they voted wrong, and she blocked it and let those votes count in Georgia. And you go, how does this happen?
Well, how did all this other stuff happen? And I hope that's what they get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the stories. Now, as we go, now we mentioned that this thing is coming up in Washington on January the 6th is when it will be. And I don't know if this is going to be, but I know the other hotels have been asked to shut down, and this one has. Hotel Harrington, which is one of the cheaper hotels that is close to the White House and all that area, they're closing down for 2 days to where Proud Boys and people of that can't stay there. They've asked other hotels to shut down. I don't know. Is that right?
I don't know, but, they don't know, like, if people... Some people sleep in their vehicle. They don't need a hotel. I'm sorry. If it's just overnight, get you a pillow and a blanket and sleep in your vehicle.
My cheap son has done that. He landed in Washington and is called the people where he was going to rent from, and it wasn't going to be ready to the following day. And instead of going to get in a hotel, he slept at the airport.
Oh, really?
My son is cheap. Dylan Ray, if you're listening to me, I'm calling you out, son. Now, I saw this name early this morning, and it didn't, is the word ding dong with me, or ding, however you want to say that. The lady was on actress Tanya Roberts. Who is she? Well, she was the mother that was on that 70s show. She also was on that last year of Charlie's Angels after Farrah Fawcett had gone away, down here at the bottom here. This is her. And then she was also a Bond girl. She was 65. She was walking her dog and fell out. She has passed away. They say it is not COVID. And it just goes on to, if you read the article, just how sad America is right now. She only left her house to go out in the public three times since the pandemic started and still died.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who, they don't go any. I have one customer, she comes and gets her hair cut. Yeah. And I don't even know that she goes in the stores. I think she has stuff delivered to her house. So, yeah, that's Sam Hunt. That's the one I was talking about a while ago that does all the talking in his songs. Sam,
and the bad part about that is, and I know all y'all seen this video, is a kid, he was like 3 or 4 years old, and Hank Jr. invited him up on the stage, and he played some instrument. Yeah, he's not my style. That country music has went on. And Scott was referring to Nancy Pelosi being reelected with money being involved.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt that, Scott.
Yeah.
I think money talks, and that's what's talked this whole election. I believe that.
Yeah, I agree with that also. Yeah. It's nationwide. It's not just a good old boy thing here in Mississippi and Alabama and our neck of the woods.
That's right.
It is everywhere. So that's the way it goes. Let's see here. Other things that are going on. I was trying to it seemed like there was another big event in the Meridian area. We're into the 4th. Your land taxes are coming up due.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, I got mine. I got to come up with $4,000. I can't hardly wait to go pay those.
My goodness.
They just keep coming and coming and coming.
I know.
We're all taxed to the ultimate degree. Let's take a minute and talk about our friends over at Buffington Mobile Homes. If you need a new home, they've got one for you. Any style, size you want to. It's referred to as a country lot where you save a lot. Short drive over there, about 30 minutes out of Meridian. And these are just some pictures of some homes they've got. You can go to the website at buffingtonmobilehomes.com, take a look. Go to Facebook. As you go through, there's just room galore there, large living rooms, kitchens that you can go through here, stainless steel appliances all throughout it. And I guess you call this, your cabinets kind of like a pantry type thing down here on the end?
Yeah, and I don't know if it has a door on the other side also, but that would be neat.
It would be. Of course. And, of course, laundry rooms that are big for your washers and dryers. Your spacious master bedrooms that have those sliding, and I'm going blank, what do you call it, barn doors?
Yeah, the barn doors.
Boy.
And, you got them over here.
Yeah, I sure do. Yep. And I'd turn that camera on if it wasn't pointed up at the ceiling.
Okay. But those are neat. I like
they are.
Those.
If you need bigger bathrooms, and, of course, getting ready, if you're always late, you need double sinks, getting your things together, large walk-in showers. Buffington has that for you. Drop in and see them. They'll show you how affordable they can put your land and also your home all in one note. Very affordable. A short drive, 635-3180 is the number to call. They can show you around these many, many homes that they have and get you into the new year right and save you money and get you on your way, because there's nothing like owning your own place instead of renting.
I know, it is.
Buffington Mobile Homes, again, drop in and see them today, and they'll help you all they can.
Deck the halls this holiday season with safe and efficient holiday decorations. Visit emepa.com for safety and energy efficiency tips. From all of us at East Mississippi Electric Power Association, we wish you a safe and Merry Christmas.
I think that was a Christmas commercial.
Well.
Whoops. EMEPA, they're there for you anytime, though, to keep the lights on. And again,
Happy New Year commercial.
over the weekend, we expected it to be bad weather, and it did not happen on New Year's Eve, which is good news. I would rather have to say, okay, it didn't happen than something bad happened. So it was good that nothing did.
Yeah, that was a blessing.
I know that was wordy, what I just said, and I didn't get it out just quite right.
Well, I mean, you don't ever know about the weather. You just don't. You don't ever know what it's going to do. It could change at the last minute and just break up, and we're so glad it did because I was worried it was going to get bad.
I did too. And again, thank you for dropping by. We'll be back in the morning to share some more news and headlines from the Meridian, Alabama, nationwide, tell you all what's going on. Thank you for coming by and spending a few minutes with us here with Scotty, Ray, and Candace.
Thank you.
We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by